Welcome back to Educator.com and AP World History. In this session, we'll be looking at Period 3. We've finished Period 2 and we're beginning Period 3. And the dates for Period 3 are 600 to 1450. The historians at the College Board have decided to call this regional and transregional interactions. So the key here, what's the key word here? Interactions. We're going to see a growth in interactions. And one of the main developments of this period is that of a new religion, and that of Islam. So I'm sure you're going to study this quite a bit yourself, but let's just go over some ideas here. First of all, Muhammad, the founder of Islam, was from a place called Mecca, right here in the Arabian Peninsula. He started to get revelations. The stuff came through him. He recited them. And then he repeated these things to other people, and they began to say, you have something, you're a prophet, God is using you. And the collection of all of these revelations we call the Quran, written down by his followers. Interestingly enough, his preaching got him into trouble with the Meccan hierarchy, and to save his life, he had to leave, and he went to Medina. And when he went to Medina, people who were believing in what he was preaching went with him. And this is a significant event because they didn't go because he was a relative and they felt sorry for him and wanted to help him. They went because of belief only. And when he got to Medina, he gathered people from that city around him, and it's called the Ulma, the community. And that is the beginning of a universal religion, meaning it's not for a certain group of people. It's for everybody in the world. This is the truth, and people should believe it. And later on, he comes back to Mecca and establishes this religion. And then the interesting thing is that it expands. Okay. I would like to take a moment to look at Muhammad and see how was he influenced by place. Here's his place. Now, that on this map, it doesn't seem to mean anything. But if you then think about the fact that we have all kinds of trade coming right through here and around and down, that if we say, oh, Mecca is a place of trade. And so place then, this was a place of trade, and so therefore it was metropolitan. And by metropolitan, I mean that lots of different people, different ethnic groups, for instance, there would be Jews, and there would be Christians, and there would be Arab peoples, and there would be Persians. So it's important to know that Muhammad was in contact with these kinds of people. And certainly when we look at the Quran and his teaching, that he was in close contact with Jews and Christians. So being in that place has a lot to say, and it molds and influences Muhammad. What about his early life? Did you know, I hope you know, that he was an orphan and that he was protected by an uncle off and on. And because of this, he didn't get bitter and say, well, he said, I feel for people that are in difficult situations and I want to work things out. And so people would come to him and say, we've got a problem and we know that you can help us solve it. So that's the kind of person he was because of his early life. And he also, as you know, married an older woman who was ran a successful trading business, and then he was then part of that trading business. So being a trader himself, successful in business, and being this kind of a person who wants people to get together, solve problems, this is an important way of looking at this person that starts this major